across the United States and Canada. Good morning to you on another day of epic third round action. Now, Salford have a problem here because their goalkeeper, Matty Young, is down in the D. I don't know whether he's injured himself. He's sitting, he's like he's on a lounger poolside somewhere in June rather than on a very brisk January early evening here in Manchester. What this problem for him does allow is an opportunity for Carl Robinson to get his tactical message across to the rest of the team and for Pep Guardiola to do likewise to Manchester City. Now, I'm not remotely suggesting here that Young hasn't got a genuine problem. What I will say, it's become increasingly prevalent over the course of the last 18 months that goalkeepers do tend to go down and need treatment midway through halves so that tactical masterclasses can be dished out on the touchline. I'm not remotely saying that is what's happening here, because he does look in some pain, but you're going to say it for me.
I'll say it for you, don't worry. Let me take the bullets, mate.
So what needs to happen is, in this situation, the players can't come over and get instruction from the manager.
What needs to happen is they should make the keeper come and stand to the side for 30 seconds and I guarantee the next one won't do it. Look, he's up, he's fine. This is just a situation where Cole's told his team, and again, you've got to do it because as a manager you need a break because he can't keep letting it go like this. He's told his goalie, go down, buy us a few seconds, and he's been able to get some instruction in. As you can see, the Man City players are already back in shape, ready to go. There's actually a throw-in for Salford, and we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 players still going, where am I playing and what am I doing? So it's clearly the manager do that. The young man in goal, Young, he's still up, he's about, he's moving, and as you said, he was lying on a sun lounge today. He was thinking about the summer coming up for being in Ibiza, wasn't he? Fair play to him.
Yeah, he's okay. He's going to be able to continue. The ball is out of play for a throw that will be taken by Salford over on the right-hand side. And you're right, any outfield player goes down and the medical staff comes on. That's the obligatory 30 seconds on the touchline. Maybe it's something that needs to be looked at. But that's just me being an old cynic. Garbutt plays the ball forward. Salford 2 down here at the Etihad with goals from Doku on 8 and Mabama on 20. Now the ball is at the feet of Ashley, the midfield anchor for Salford. Back from him to Garbutt, played into the feet of Fornar. And now Till will come outside his own penalty area and he'll just clip one forward, looking for the flick on from Medelican, which was forthcoming. Burko will chase after that. Nunes trots across, heads it down for O'Reilly on the edge of the Manchester City penalty area, and his ball out. We'll see Doku's eyes light up because he's got the opportunity to take on Shepherd and Lund, but he couldn't beat them both. Pep not happy that he tried to take on them both. Opportunity for Salford to bring it forward now towards Burko on the left-hand side. Finding it difficult to deal with Nunes. He's done well, works it past him. Garbutt's ball in, hits Simpson Busey. He can turn and work it away, and Mabama will hold that up, but concede a throw, which will be taken on halfway on the Salford left. It's 2-0 to Manchester City, and here's former FA Cup finalist Troy Deeney.
You see the little change that Cole's, it looks like they've gone to like 4 at the back when they've got the ball as opposed to the 3. It's definitely pushed the fullbacks on a bit higher to try and make City have to defend and force them back. But just going on a slightly separate note, Jim, just looking at Mbama up front, big, powerful young man, looks really solid, looks like he's built for men's football. Been really impressed with him so far. Really, obviously he's got his goal, but putting himself about, not shirking the challenge. You see sometimes these young lads, they come in for the 23s. You've got big Curtis Tilt coming over the top. Normally they'll shirk it. He's took everything that he can, and he's so far really, really impressed with the young man.
Yeah, only 20, and just a handful of appearances off the bench in the Premier League as a West Ham player. He did actually play in the Hammer side that was beaten at this stage of the FA Cup by Championship Bristol City last season. But not too much experience in terms of men's football. Mabama, only a couple of dozen appearances in his career so far, but he looks apart. It's Simpson Busey working it forward. Savinho now on the Manchester City right. He's midway inside the Salford half. He just draws the challenge of Forno, throws his hands up in dismay as he was easily worked past him. Gundogan and Savinho, little 1-2. That was dug clear by Till on the edge of the area, only as far as Grealish. Doku bringing it inside the penalty area, couldn't get a decent cross in, and it hit London, goes out of play for a throw that Grealish will trot across the tape.
Yeah, again, that's back-to-back times now. We're sat, what, 20 yards behind Pep. Every time Doku tries to take someone and does a little bit too much, he's exasperated. He's throwing his arms in the air because, like we said earlier, we want to see that bit of quality, especially in those final thirds. He will need this as an exhibition for the games coming up in the Premier League. Who can I trust to do what I'm asking simply, basically, all the time? And these little bits of showboating actually will go the other way and make the manager think, you're not taking this as seriously as I want you to.
Yeah, City back in action in the Premier League Tuesday night. They go to Brentford. Ball play forward here. Nunes heading it on. Grealish doing well to work it around the corner. McAtee for Mbama, who's flagged offside. Might be the first mistake he's made.
Yeah, a little bit lazy getting back on. He looks like he hasn't played, and again, I know he hasn't, but he looks like he hasn't played a game to this magnitude or tempo in a while. Emotionally, he looks a bit drained at the moment. Could do with, I know I'm talking a little bit out of turn, but I'd like to see him in a League One team, maybe playing week in, week out, get his stripes. You see what the loan moves did for the lap, obviously now he's at Ipswich. So for somebody like him, go out, get your games, go score some goals, and then be ready to try and attack this first team next season. Because right now he'll play a few minutes. When he gets to the business end, we know that the big man's coming in, don't we, Mr. Erling Haaland?
Well, absolutely. Free kick taken by Salford is headed away, but this gives him the opportunity to put himself in the shop window. Absolutely. But you never know, he could be out on loan next week. And you're absolutely right. It is the first time that he's played first team football of any sort since at least last April. So maybe there is a little bit of rustiness. Clearance from Young, not the best. Salford goalkeeper's got away with it though, and Garbett can pick it up as it looks as though a low clearance, which only went about 40 yards, was going to be instantly returned with interest from a City player. Garbett has it, goes back for goalkeeper Young again. Beaten twice inside the opening 20 minutes. Powerless to do anything about either of them. It's Garbett, who played Premier League and Europa League football for Everton back in the day. Worked back to the goalkeeper by Fornah. And Young whacks it straight out of play for a throw which will be taken on the Manchester City right. 2-0.
Creating their own problems, Salford, unfortunately. Some try to play, some try to do what they did last week, which is hair them, scare them and get after them. And they're just caught in between. Should we do what we normally do, or should we show that we can play football? And I'm just watching Cole just losing his head, really. He's probably thinking, like, come on, what's going on? Because a lot of finger pointing. And we talk about just how big a game these can be. I've been here, both in the Premier League and in the FA Cup with Watford, and lost different types of games. But it can cause a bit of problems as well when you start blaming and that blame culture creeps in. It can have a lasting effect because you're not expected to do anything, but you don't want to embarrass yourself.
Now ball slipped forward by Doku for Grealish, and Tilt was across the cover. And a play for a corner, which will be taken over on the City left. It's their third.
Well, look, you can see his reaction, Curtis Tilt. He's not happy. The experienced pro that, again, losing battles. If you're Salford, that's what your bread and butter should be today. 50-50, slide tackles. Whether you're quick enough or technically good enough is a completely different thing. But go in and be combative. And he's getting frustrated, the big fella.
Well, he's one of the Salford players back inside the 6-yard box as the corner comes in. It was volleyed away eventually by Adelican towards halfway, and City can mop up there, and they will go all the way back to their goalkeeper Edison, who's way outside his penalty area and just side foots the pass forward towards McAtee to build for Manchester City again. City working towards Doku. Doku just on his heels, and that's allowed Salford the opportunity to win it back. Well played by Ashley. He gets it wide towards Burko. Savinho back, did a brilliant covering job there. Slid in, Nunes can do the rest, clearing from inside his penalty area. Good then defensive header from Lund. Getting it back for the experienced Tilt. Tilt playing into Fornah, who just goes the way that he's facing, working it across the Liam Shepherd. And Salford inside their own half of the centre circle, calm things down and go back to the goalkeeper Young again. 2-0 Manchester City lead. And Carl Robinson still cutting such an animated figure inside his technical area, working it forward. Ball bounces away off Kouassi. Kouassi goes down for Adelican, and he will get it back towards Garbett. Salford trying to make headway inside Manchester City territory here. Kouassi, riding one challenge, riding a second. Can he get a shot in? Yes, he can. But Edison diving to his right-hand side. He's able to dive down onto it and make a very comfortable stop. But better from Salford.
Yes, finally, someone with a bit of belief. Kouassi just getting the ball. He's got 3-4 Man City players around him, but he's got into the box like he should do, which means no one can put a foot in. He's running across the edge of the box. I actually thought he should have set one of his teammates, but you've earned that right, and he gets a little shot off, goes through two legs. Edison's too good to let that trouble him, but just does the basics really, really well.
Doku over on the Manchester City left-hand side. City looking for a third. We've played 35 minutes. Doku getting towards the byline. A little bit of pinball inside the box. Eventually was cleared by Garbutt. Comes back outside the box for Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly down towards Doku, the scorer of Manchester City's first. Obama, the scorer of the second. Furthest forward, standing by the penalty spot. Just waiting for any kind of delivery. None forthcoming at the moment. Jack Grealish has got it. Grealish making headway down the Manchester City left, but it's knocked away from him. Then one of the Salford players goes down. They were caught over on that far touchline. It's going to be a free kick that will be taken by the Amis. And Manoga is the player that is down. Just riding a little bit of pain on his left ankle. I think he's all right. He's going to be back on his feet without the need for treatment. 2-0 to Manchester City.
I was just going to say, I was just thinking as we watched Salford trying to take this free kick. If I was Carl Robinson, there was a moment just 3 or 4 minutes ago where Savinho's trapped back and sprinted back and made a tackle, set his goalkeeper. I'd clip that up and I'd show my players on Monday morning, go, right, for all the quality and expertise that this Man City team has, that's what it's based off. Hard work, grit, determination. And what I found when I went through the levels is people just seem to assume that the top boys were just good. They do the hard work, they do the hard yards, and that's what the difference is between League Two and League One and the Champ. It's every time you go up, they do the hard yards with some quality.
That's Savinho on the edge of the penalty area. Plays the ball back for Jemai Simpson-Pusey. Ake is able to come forward about 6 or 7 yards through the midfield. Gundogan then down towards the City right-hand side for Savinho. Nearly every Salford player back behind the ball, and he's almost level with the edge of the penalty area. Setting up Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan to Grealish. And still waiting for his first goal of the season, Jack Grealish. He turns one way and then the other. Flicks it out towards the left. Jeremy Doku coming in off that left-hand side. Again, unleashing from distance, from a tight angle. And it was almost impossible for it to get through the forest of legs. It was blocked. Gundogan will pick up the loose ball in the midfield and City will come again. But it's more a little bit of frustration from Pep about the decision-making of Doku, and Carl Robinson not happy with something that he's seen as well.
Tyrese Fornan has just signalled, I think his groin's just gone, he's just signalled to the bench that he's in a bit of trouble, so Carl Robinson has sent a few out. With the number 6 in the middle of the park for Salford, not moving well at all, but he's just signalled that I think his groin's just gone, and that's not good for Salford or for the young man himself.
Ryan Watson will be the natural replacement. It'll be interesting to see whether he is called back. He hasn't been yet. Doku across the edge of the area. Here's McAtee coming outside the box. Savinho leaning back, fires a left-footed effort from the edge of the D. Overall, the Salford players were way over the bar as well. Manchester City 2, Salford 0. As I mentioned earlier, 6,000 travelling supporters from Salford. It's about 5 miles, the ground, about 5 miles to the northwest of here. Among the away fans, we understand, Salford-born Phil Bardsley in the away end today. So the story goes. Here to watch his hometown club.
Fair play to him.
What man that knows everybody in the class of 92 so well, of course. Here's Savinho coming forward up the right-hand touchline. And a driving forward. Now, did he lean into Garbutt? Or did Garbutt foul him?
Get up, man. Get up. That's twice, brother. They're 2-0 up, and you're going through on goal against League 2 Salford with the greatest of respect, and you're still diving. He goes past him, Jim. Look, no problem. Drops the left shoulder. Nowhere near him. Book him. Embarrassing.
Garbutt absolutely made no contact whatsoever. I think Savinho was anticipating the contact and went down in anticipation of it, but it just wasn't there.
There was more chance of Garber hitting me and you than there was him then. How far away it was.
Well, if it hit me, I'd have used you as my bodyguard, so it would have been all right. I would have suggested the other way around might not have been such a profitable strategy. The ball is out for a throw, which will be taken on the Manchester City right. They're only about 5 or 6 yards from their own corner flag. We've got 5 minutes to go to half-time. City 2, Salford 0. Manchester City looking for a 3rd straight win in all competitions after that barren run. Would only be their 4th win in 16 games in all competitions, but they've got a free kick to defend here, which has been won in just about position A. Lund is the player that has gone down. Grealish across to protest his innocence, but Lund found himself sandwiched between Grealish and Gundogan. It didn't look like a free kick. It's maybe just a couple of yards further out than is ideal, but 3 Salford players stand over this. There's a 3-man wall lined up by Edison, which is about 2 yards outside the penalty area. Delican stands over it. He's looking the favourite, and now, as soon as I say he looks the favourite, peels away, but he offers himself for the short one that is worked wide to him. Right-footed, he's clipped it inside the area, and it very nearly found its way through. Eventually bundled clear by one of the Manchester City defenders, but what a good opportunity that was for Kouassi.
Don't mean to be nasty. You've got to score, young man. What a ball into the area.
What a ball.
That's another one. There's another one.
It's Lund, and he's played it back, and he's driven wide by Burko. That's not such a good chance. The first one, though, any kind of clean contact gets Salford back in the game. That one snatched at from a tight angle. It was a high tariff chance. He should have done better than he did. Yeah, the first one had to go in.
Yeah, but this second one, they just work it from a throw-in. Literally touch out the feet. Lovely ball again. Second cross in 30 seconds into that 6-yard box. London takes his first touch. Probably should try and score, but takes it away. Sets Burko, who sliced it wide. But the one before, oh my goodness. Kasami should just, it's literally 4 yards
Yeah,
out.
sorry guys, we're trying something new here.
Perfect with it. Slide tackle the ball if you have to. Hit your shin and it will go in. Has to score, and these are the moments when you get 1 or 2 when you play against Man City in your whole game. You have to score them. Kouassi, I just said to my house there, but Kouassi I mentioned, sorry.
Yep, Kouassi, and he's just drawn an offside flag. In fact, it's Burko, I beg your pardon, has just drawn an offside flag here. A free kick to Manchester City. 2 other games going on as we speak in the FA Cup. The deadlock broken at the CBS, where Coventry leads Sheffield Wednesday 1-0. Liam Kitching has scored that goal. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff, and Liam Kitching has given the Sky Blues the lead there. Coventry 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Good start for Frank Lampard's men, who haven't won in 3, but were semi-finalists and very nearly finalists in this competition last season. Leeds against Harrogate, coming towards half-time over on TalkSport 2, still goalless. Doku scored the first of Manchester City's 2 so far tonight. Pulling it back inside the air. O'Reilly, it's 3 now. Really good finish from
3-0.
O'Reilly.
3-0. Boom.
Getting to the byline. There was a clever angle on the pullback. Nico O'Reilly there slams home the first senior goal of his career. And
3-0.
Manchester City are 3 up before the break.
Really, really nice finish.
Crappers.
The enigma that is Doku. Go down that left-hand side. Excellent this time. Skips past 1 or 2. Has a bit of composure in the box. Stops. Sets the ball back for O'Reilly. One touch. Nailed it from the left-hand side. Low and hard. Into that far corner. No chance for the keeper. And unfortunately for Salford at their best moment, they've let a goal in right before half-time. Going into half-time at 2-0, you would still have a tiny bit of belief. But now I feel like that's game, set, match, unfortunately.
Yeah, 3-0, game, set, match.
Goal from O'Reilly that's come, 2 minutes after that miss at the other end.
Yeah.
Could easily
I'm here for Salford, 100%.
Just a goal between them going into half-time. Now it's 3. And Manchester City in utter control. Grealish thought that he won the ball cleanly in the midfield, but
well,
he's fouled Ashley.
You're playing City, 69% ball possession. Come on.
The center circle, and Garber has taken
yeah, good finish.
Had time to take a touch.
Yeah.
Set himself beautifully and fired it crisply into the bottom right-hand corner after a really good play by Jeremy Doku. Now Burko played in left-hand side of the City penalty area. His cross took a deflection that didn't quite fall Ashley's way.
Yeah, Dino, it's a decent finish.
just calming influence in there. Lays it back for Gundogan, and now Ake can come outside the penalty area, and O'Reilly will bring it forward. So goal from left back for Nico O'Reilly. Manchester City leading Salford by 3-0.
He's been solid though, hasn't he, O'Reilly? No, don't really see much of him, but everything he does is solid, and he's 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and the finish was a 10 out of 10. It was excellent, but throughout the game, I've not really seen anybody run him, be physical with him.
Yeah, 100%, Lou, and the post helped him.
So looks like he could have a really good career.
Gone into stoppage time at the end of the first half. 3 minutes of it. And 3-0 the score. McAtee controlling the ball on halfway, laying it back for Ilkay Gundogan, and he goes long, route one, over the top, but just with a little bit too much power. Mabama made the right run, chased after it. Young came right to the edge of his penalty area, and the ball got there first.
It was the right pass. There was Mabama and Jack Grealish were in, but unfortunately Ilkay Gundogan just put a little bit too much on it. Probably needed a bit of snow on it to drop, as opposed to being driven. So as soon as it hit the ground, he just ran through to the keeper. But Salford look tired now.
Yeah, they need half-time.
Yep, they need half-time.
They desperately need half-time. Ball will be played for down the Ami's left-hand side. Delican working it in towards Burko. McAtee will be able to bring it away. The referee has pulled play back because Gundogan just got caught. And it's a free kick the City will just take outside their penalty area. Not too many starting today for Manchester City, who started last season's final, as Ake and Jeremy Doku as well. Doku scored in that final and scoring the first today. Now Mabama is offside. Just word forward to him, but made his run too early. Flag up, and a free kick that Salford will take nearer halfway than the edge of their own penalty area. 3-0 to Manchester City.
It was actually really good play from Curtis Tilt. It's a good run, and Curtis Tilt goes with him, but just as Doku was about to play it, Curtis Tilt jumps up, uses his experience, just catches the young man offside. But again, don't want to over-egg it, but really impressed with the young man's movement.
Yeah, I agree.
The way he comes short, the way he delivers. Looks like he could have a really, really good, exciting career.
And Nunes with an air kick inside his penalty area and tried to get it away. It looked as though he might have conceded a corner, but a goal kick has been given. And the referee is going to call Lund over. And just have a word with the Salford number 8. He's got his message across, everything calmed down. Lund saying, well, it was definitely a corner, but goal kick is the verdict. Edison's going to take it away to our left-hand side. Got 30 seconds of the first half remaining here on TalkSport. Leeds against Harrogate live on TalkSport 2 is half-time. That is 0-0 if you've got the TalkSport app. And throughout the second half, you're going to be able to swipe left.
So it's half-time,
right,
people. 3-0. 3-0.
That one with plenty of jeopardy in it still. 0-0 at Ellen Road in the Yorkshire Derby, but the Greater Manchester Derby is not swathed in jeopardy, I think it's fair to say at the moment. 3-0 Manchester City lead. And they work it forward to Salford down towards Tyrese Forno. Gets the last touch of the first half, but has been troublesome for Carl Robinson and his men. City quickly out of the trap, scoring with Doku. Mabama added a second, his first goal for the club. O'Reilly's first goal for the club.
So, guys, this is a little bit of a trial what we're doing in first possession here. Come on, did we expect Salford to do any business here? Come on. We're playing Manchester City. They have 69% ball possession. If you're wondering what the hell we are doing here, it's pretty much just a trial and error here, guys. It's just me having a little bit of a play around with the new technology, like, using AiScore and who scored and all that jazz. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, right? How we can revolutionize to do watch-alongs and all that jazz, So, yeah, I hope you don't mind me experimenting while this is live. As you can see, we do have the live scores coming up here. Match stats, corner kicks, penalty, all the stats coming in through if you're interested in that. In overall, in Arching, it wasn't really a pretty game to watch. We knew that was coming. And did we expect Salford to do anything? I really tuned in for Salford because, this is arguably the third Man United team, or it's a Man United junior, isn't it? Right. Look, 69% ball possession. How many shots on targets did we see here? Listen, this is, David against Goliath. It's FA Cup. It's beautiful to see. And at the end of the day, guys, what are you thinking about Doku? Yeah, listen, this is crazy level of difference, Dino. Mick, what's your thoughts on Doku? City that's rev about him. Listen, Doku, in my opinion, Dino, I think he's a fidget spinner 2.0 in my opinion, mate. He's an Anthony Dos Santos. There is a lot of trickery, but no end product. That's what it is. He's just slick like an eel. If you ever try to catch an eel, like with your hands, the eel would just go slip off your hands, man. So that's what it is. No end product. But a tricky customer, in my opinion. If you want to know, That's my opinion, man. But I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. What's your feedback regarding what we're doing here? We're trying to sort of do something different. We're using AiScore as a partner. We're sponsored by AiScore, so we're trying to use a little bit like, watch along experience that you can actually see what's going on, the stats, uh, who scored and everything else. So yeah, it's pretty much what we're trying to do. It's a little bit of a trial and error. Yeah, I might be done by copywriting for utilizing the radio commentary, but hey, we will see. We will see. We will see. But trying just to be a little bit different, guys. Anyway, how are you doing? How are you doing? Shit, is this going to be a 6-0? I don't know, man. So, what is your thoughts and feelings regarding Doku, Dino? What are you thinking? Smash the like button, yes. Innovator, please, yes. Why? I mean, somebody's got to reinvent the wheel, or not. But Dino, what's your thoughts and feelings regarding Doku? I mean, I reckon, if I have to say, he's just basically the fidget spinner. That's all. No end product, man. No end product. Right. How are you doing this Saturday? Are you excited for tomorrow when we're meeting up at Emirates? I say that we are there to take them 100%. They have a lot of injuries. Man United can rock up and get to the fourth round. And who do we meet if we sort of qualify in the fourth round? Smash the like button. Yes, please. So I might not stay live for very long. I'm just doing this trial to see if this will fly. But end of the day, and it was just a little bit of a trial and error. There's 7 live watchers, so yeah. Anyway, halftime 3-0 to Man City. I do expect ball possession 68%, attack. City's leading with 53, dangerous attack 22 versus 14. Corner kick, City's leading with 3-0. Shots on target 4 versus 1. Shots off target 6-3. Yellow cards 1. Yeah, this is typical what you get against City, mate. That's what you get. Right. Cool. Anyway. Cool. Well, that's about it, peeps. 3-0 City, and we're just doing a little bit of trial and error. I might end the stream here because as I just came on to do an experiment, guys. But we'll be live tomorrow for the Man United versus Arsenal, which is the main purpose of this channel, as we are Man United channel. But of course, this is a Manchester derby. Anyway, guys, stay beautiful. I'm out of here. Bye. Oh, and by the way, leave a comment and feedback if you thought this